We're away.
Very, very good morning once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the North Toowoomba Bowls Club, where the spectacular action that you've witnessed over the last 3 or 4 or 5 days is going to continue with the final day, where we'll be presenting the singles playoffs for you. The bowlers are at the present time just having their roll-ups, but this live streaming by the Bowls Gold Coast Tweed media team is proudly brought to you by Bowls Queensland and the Toowoomba region. Bowls Queensland and the Toowoomba region are the major sponsors of the live streaming of the 2019 Queensland Champion of Club Champions Finals, and we'd like to thank them for their support. We also like to express our thanks to the North Toowoomba Bowls Club for making their facilities available for these state finals. My name is Gary Thomas, and joined in commentary is the illustrious Jimmy C.
Illustrious. Good morning, viewers, listeners, whichever we'd call you. I guess your viewers. 3 games on the green at the moment. We have the gold medal for the ladies, a bronze playoff for the ladies, and a bronze playoff for the men. Following the ladies' gold medal, the men's gold medal will be on straight away. So we will live stream both of the big grand finals, and we'll keep you updated on the other 2 games. The other 2 games are very interesting games too. Michael Kinnear playing Cunningham in the playoff for bronze in the men, and in the ladies' playoff for bronze is Trish Spicer against Wendy Jamison. Now, the main game, which is Chloe Stewart versus Liz Parry, Liz qualified for the final 4 plus 12, equalled by Wendy Jamison with 4 plus 12. He then went to percentages, which was a clear victory for Liz Parry, 1.21 beating 1.20. So she got in by 100th. She got in by 100th into the grand final playoff, and Wendy had to be satisfied with playing off the bronze medal against Mama Spice.
One of the Spice Girls.
They've just finished their trial ends, obviously, what you're seeing here, and play will get underway immediately.
Well, we've been very well gifted with suitable weather conditions, Jimmy, haven't we? Hasn't been any rain in sight. There was only one day, I think, when the wind got up a bit, which made it a little uncomfortable for the players in the morning session.
I went for my third jumper. It was blowing 40 knots early on.
Well, a couple of times my hat blew off. I was just very grateful that the wig didn't go with it.
Well, it's probably the nail in the top of it kept it on.
Thank you.
Started well this morning already.
Well, that's what it's all about. And the matchups today are in keeping with the quality of the games, or players, should I say, that we've had here for the entire week. And the singles, the final of the gold and silver medal playoff is the one, as we've already said, we're naturally bringing to you. And you can see the conditions there with the sun poking through. The greens have been running tremendously for the entire 6 days we've been here. And they're just getting, I think the roll-ups have just been completed, and we're almost pretty ready for some hot action, Jimmy.
We've people are starting to roll through. Looking at them, I've got a call here from Andrea Proctor, Hong Kong. So we're up and about at Hong Kong.
Yep.
It's just straight up above us.
Well, it's a bit
not
earlier.
It's not much off the same time frame.
Not a lot. A couple of hours probably. I think it may be 2 or 3. Okay, so
UK, not Hong Kong. Sorry, Andrea, I'm on the wrong thing.
Oh, UK.
You're a much further away.
They're still last night, aren't they?
Yep.
Okay, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Fasten your seatbelts, and let's hope we can bring you the exciting action, a continuation of exciting action from North Toowoomba that we've seen in the last 5 days. And Liz's first bowl is she's grasped it pretty well, but she's a fair way short. But until we get a couple of ends under our belt, these girls and players on the other rinks they'll sort it out, Jimmy, won't they?
Yes, and we've got it's the home of the bush rangers. If that looks a bit like Ned Kelly on the back of that shirt we have on our marker there.
Yeah, it does.
Obviously, it's some sort of a bush ranger.
He's the most famous one we've ever had, isn't he?
Oh, there's heaps of them live around our place.
Oh, yeah,
they're all still alive.
There's
some of the bush rangers around our
on the Gold Coast too, don't we tell you? So Chloe's first bowl's dropped about 2.5 feet short, and Liz is attempting to correct on her own, and she's
might be under.
She's corrected her weight very nicely, though, all pretty well. And I think she just dropped in for shot there. Our illustrious Gold Coast District President, Brian Marshall, he's watching, and according to this, he's watching 6 times already.
That is illustrious.
He's watching on 6 different devices. Good on you, Brian. David Baker's up and about early morning, Bakes. And Chloe's come in with a lovely shot here, and she's just dived underneath Liz's bowl, and she's setting jack high in a lovely shot from Chloe.
We've just got 60 people joined us since I last said a word, so people are waking up, remembering that this game's on and plugging in.
Liz has changed her hand here. She's coming down on her backhand. She's just going to get a slide off. Pardon me. She's just got a slide off Chloe's first bowl, but didn't pop up enough.
Sandra Bates, Luke Day, Bruce Ferry. I don't know you, Bruce. Could be Brian's brother.
Yeah, there's our lady friend Jane Conlon from up at Emu Park, which is way up north there somewhere. Looking forward to a great game, and welcome to you, Jane. It's a pleasure to have you back. And Chloe's just played. She switched her hand, which
you got a bit of a gravel in that throat this morning.
I have. I think it's something to do with cigarettes.
I think it's something to do with doing it for 6 days in a row.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. It's a good shot coming in.
Okay, there's a lovely bowl coming in from Liz, and she's played a whopper there, and she's made the shot on the forehand. And
probably 2 down, just arriving, trailing at a foot.
Christine White is saying, "Go our Goldie Clo." Well, that's we're not allowed to barrack. We'd be
what
very.
Do you mean? You haven't stopped barracking?
Oh, I know. Well, I can't help myself. But we've got to be diplomatic in the commentary and not favour anybody. I just love good bowls. I don't care.
Peter Tappenden from Gladstone areas on board.
He's always here. Now, Chloe's having a bit of a crack at this, and she depends on... No, she didn't. She just unfortunately left that a touch wide. So the first end's completed, and Liz Parry is the icebreaker, and she's grabbed 1 shot on the very first end. I think that we've already mentioned a couple of times the wisdom of the match committee of instead of having all the games played at once, the smartest thing that's ever happened is that the men's final, gold and silver, will, as we've already mentioned, will happen directly after this game we're watching now. So that's intelligence plus, in my opinion.
We still have a good plan on board here. We must have a match plan. We've brought the mat right up first time we've grabbed the mat.
Well, they're going to vary it a bit, aren't they? They'll switch it around just to try and suss each other out.
Well, I guess Chloe would be the favourite, seeing as she's won almost
everything.
Well, she won the Hoy and the bingo as well.
Right, and the Melbourne to Warrnambool bike race, I believe.
I was run second in that one.
Did she? Oh, okay. Well, Chloe, there's no secret to anybody that knows much about lawn bowls throughout Australia. In fact, that Chloe is, over the last 12 months, has exhibited sensational form, and she's probably the most in-form lady bowler in the nation at the moment. Would you think that would be...
Would be close enough.
Close enough. It's not too far away from the truth.
If it wasn't the truth, it'll do us.
Yeah, we'll be happy with that. And the way things are, Chloe has got some bigger and better events coming up too shortly after all of this, because she's representing. She's in the Trans-Tasman, I believe.
Would be.
And she's also in the BPL. So she's her work is certainly not done and dusted before. Look at this. Before the end of the year, she's going to be involved in quite a few other events.
Well,
and such a wonderful bowler she is, and she's a delightful young lady, isn't she?
Seeing as I'm stuck here between two ex-Victorians, I better say that she's a very good import to Queensland from Victoria.
Okay.
And while we're on that, I'm pretty sure one of my mates, I better call him Baz and not Snelly, in Barry Lester will be moving to Queensland.
He's going to Burleigh.
Going to Burleigh Heads as the bowls coordinator. See a bit more of Baz at Burleigh or around Queensland, I guess. We'll also accept him as an import from Victoria. Just underneath.
Yeah, she's just dropped underneath with her weight line there. She's definitely holding one. Chloe.
It's only the first end coming back this way.
That's right. So they're going to be. They just sort of missed their grass line a bit, haven't they? Both of them.
This one's out there.
Yeah, Liz has tossed this out. So Chloe will be having a good look at this to see how much it's going to turn back. And she's come back quite nicely, but a little bit over the head. Beverly Spackman says, I'm back, thank you. I just got a reminder from Bowls Australia, which is so thankful.
Larry O'Day said, my brother won the Melbourne and Warrnambool race.
Oh, okay.
So at least we know who run the Cornella now.
Well, we do. And so Chloe ran second in that, did she?
I think so. She ran first or second in everything.
Well, I think she won the Sydney to Hobart yacht race.
Shut up.
Nobody's going to take that away from her. Jeffrey Watkins, good morning, buddy. And welcome to the telecast. Now, Chloe's got another nice bowl here. Is she going to stop in time? I don't think she will. So
we've got a Colleen Thomas here cheering for Trish Spicer. Some relation?
Not of mine, but anybody named Thomas is more than welcome aboard. Good morning. And Trishy Spicer, well, I met the lady yesterday for the first time, and we did speak volumes of her efforts to get here, bearing in mind her medical condition.
I didn't quite realise she had that medical condition, and I've known her for
and I didn't
as long
either.
as I've known Emma, I suppose.
No, it's not my job to know that either, Jimmy, but her lovely daughter Emma put a note on Facebook the other day saying that they were going to have a moonlight walk in order to raise funds for the for a campaign, and they're having I think it's this Friday, starting at 6 o'clock.
We were trying to figure out some of the bowlers that we knew that had MS, and the first one we obviously came up with was my great mate Jeff Han.
Jeff Han, you mentioned that the other day. Yeah.
Legahan, or whatever you'd like to say.
That'd be his nickname if I knew him.
He's a champion bloke.
Struggling
badly at the moment, but I'm sure some of his mates will get good wishes to him if he's not already on watching this game.
Okay.
Larry O'Day's on here again.
Yeah. O'Day be there all day, wouldn't he?
Shut up.
Dale McWhinney Shillington. Good morning, Dale-o. And I presume Dean will be joining us, and no doubt Graham once he's finished his greenkeeping duties. Pauline Rose says, go Wendy Jamieson playing for the Bronze. And Pauline, of course, was here earlier in the week skipping her fours team. Jeffrey Watkins, good morning, Gaz and team, enjoying the coverage. Well, we hope so, Watto, because you wouldn't be enjoying it any more than I am, I can tell you now. Coming away from home for 6 days is like going to Vanuatu for me. I don't know if I can get away. So the overview here is seemingly that Cloris, it's a nickname I've given her. Nobody else calls her that.
Thank God.
Cloris is coming down. She's already got one, I think, and if she gets a hold of the jack here, she's going to make 2. Whoa. Now that's made it interesting. She might have just dipped it the wrong way. Our director of everything here, Mr. Robbie Allen, has set everything up, and he's got 3 cameras around the green, and he's going to be able to give you a split screen vision. He's going to give you slow-mos, and he will be able to angle that. You see that camera on the left-hand side with covered the umbrella. That's needless to keep the sun off the equipment, and he's going to be able to swing that around the entire club and show you the scoreboards whenever we need to. So it's a state-of-the-art setup here. It is. And Chloe's coming down on her forehand. Has she got the weight to reach? I believe she has. She might have a bit too much.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Oh, that means... there's no other way to say that, is there?
Well, Nugget has got away to a big start in his game for the bronze over here. He leads Mike Kinane 6-0 after 3 ends. Mike Kinane is about to drop.
Have a look at that pattern of the head there. You could get some wallpaper that looked like that, couldn't you? The way the bowls are spaced around the head, perfectly synchronised.
Do you want to have a break?
I've only been here 5 minutes. Oh, good grief.
Trish Spicer has just drawn a front toucher for those people out there. There's a lot of people with go, Trish.
Yep. They're all joining in. Well, of course, Trish has come from far north Queensland. She's come from further than anybody to be here, and she's so delighted. Yeah, there's a measure going on, as you can see, people. So,
hey, get your pen out here. Maxine Bonda has said, "Love your sense of humour, fellows." You better write her name down.
Well, yes, she'll be getting a Christmas card. Well, it's just purely and simply. I mean, you people can see what's happening on the green. We don't need to tell you that somebody's 4 foot wide.
The mat's up again. She's brought it up to Liz, where she played the second end coming.
Very close. She did too, Jimmy. It's very observant of you. And Liz has got, after a close measure, Liz claimed 1 shot there. Damien Cressenger says, not a great end. No, it was a bit surprising, Damien, wasn't it? They were spread far and wide. And that one?
Here's one from Troy Jamison from Harvey Bay. Come on, Mum.
Mum, go Mum. Wendy's...
I guess we figured out who he'd be cheering for.
Yeah, well, I don't think there's much choice, is there?
Well, it's that...
Go Mum.
It's that Kinnear story. You'd get one around the ear.
Well, you said that yesterday. Now, what's happened here? Lisa's gone a little bit skinny there, and Chloe's going to try and take full advantage of this, and she's just climbing up to the Jack Berry nicely, and she's just lobbed underneath, but on the right, but it's a clear...
I'd take that.
No, yeah, you'd cop that any day, wouldn't you?
You'd probably cop that if you lead bowled one like that.
Charmaine Sleeman. Well, Charmaine, I'm not sure where Charmaine's from, but she's a very regular viewer, and obviously a classic bowls enthusiast like the rest of us. Mitch Mears is another regular. Morning, Mitch. Yeah, Chloe's holding one. She'd be looking to repeat the dose, and I think she's got this away pretty nicely as well.
She's out in the territory anyway.
She is, and she's climbing back aboard here, and she's got another lovely shot. And I'm not sure if that counts, but she's got terrific grass line, hasn't she? During the course of the morning too, folks, we'll be just recapping the winners for the events we've witnessed here this week. And there's some superstars amongst the names that we'll call out as time permits, just to recap. We've got plenty of time for that. We'll be here all day, and most of the day. Now Chloe's playing her third bowl. She's out there very nicely again with that lovely grass she continues to take.
She's closer this
time. And she's very, very close here. That's a lovely bowl, Cloris.
Oh,
2 shots, and she's buried the jack a bit, so...
I wish you wouldn't use that word without asking her how much she likes that new nickname.
What's that? Cloris? She's never criticised me. I think she quite likes it.
I think she'd probably belt you.
No, she's never ever said anything. It's just a pet name.
An update on that score, Troy chasing. We have Wendy 4-2 in that game.
And Liz has just had a little poke at this, and unfortunately she's gone through that gap. So Chloe's really just got to repeat what she's done with her first couple and get her bowl out in the open territory, and she's done it again, and it's all depending on her weight, and it looks as though it might be a little bit under. She's tipped that up, but I don't think it'll be enough. So it's clearly 2 shots to Chloe. Charmaine Gleaming, good morning to you. We've said that, Charmaine. We know you're watching. Judith Cotton is watching glimpses of our player and friend from Harvey Bay. Glimpses of our player.
Yep, that's Wendy.
Okay. Well,
Wendy's from Harvey
yeah,
Bay.
she's watching glimpses, yeah, but you're just looking off to one side with
just over on the
camera, yeah. Well, we can't.
Here we have Keith Miller from Armidale. I only know 3 Keith Millers, and one of them wasn't a bad cricketer.
He could bowl a bit, couldn't he? He was a good bowler.
Julie Allen's watching. Thank God she's watching. She's a good driver.
Who's that?
Julie Allen.
Oh, yeah.
She knows the way from the Federal Hotel back to the motel.
She tracked that path before, I believe. Robbie, Jodie Turner saying some close-up picture would be great of the girls' beautiful releases. Oh, yeah. We can do that. We did that yesterday, didn't we? Now, Chloe's had a slips no-go here, which used to be one of the terms we'd use when we played marbles in school.
Were you allowed to play marbles?
Yeah, we used to have big ring and little ring.
They're dangerous things. I don't suppose they'd be allowed in school grounds these days.
No, they wouldn't, because they'd throw them at one another, wouldn't they?
Like you did.
No, I kept on. Well, I was good at marbles.
Didn't lose any.
No, by the end of the year, none of the other kids had any left. I won them all.
So you've got all your marbles.
I won them all. No, I lost a few marbles over the years. But I'm the only one of the.
Stop it and get back to the
I'm
bowls.
the only one of the male commentary team with any hair.
We won't write home about any hair jokes. In this,
No, well,
this game.
I've got one when you're ready.
Shut up and watch the bowls.
Jeffrey Watkins said you could belt him on her behalf, Jim. Oh, no. Thanks, Watto. Okay, now.
Well, we're out there. Can we get home?
Well, I don't think so. You couldn't get a Uber to get home with that one. I think she's well and truly out there now.
Don't you dare mention Uber.
No, I hate it.
My brother's a cab driver.
Well, and Watto and I used to drive a limousine together. Now, here's Jodie's request has been granted. Now, we'll try and look at that. That's as smooth as silk, isn't it? Robbie's such a congenial gentleman. He's going to try and accede to the requests of all the viewers. Now, this is...
he just likes showing off he can do the split screen.
Yeah. Well, he does, and he's so gifted in what he does, and the people appreciate it. And he's got all this technology at his fingertips now.
Better tell Greg Rolls that he better not do anything wrong there while he's on picture.
Now, Liz has gone... Now, Liz has gone via the Cape here with this one. This is a bit of a strange-looking head. Now, Chloe was determined to try and get something in here because there's a fair bit of room on either hand. But this is, Jimmy, this would probably be the longest end I've had, isn't it?
Yep.
You would think.
They're nearly due to start grabbing things properly here.
Now, have a look at this. What has she got through the gap or turned it? No, she hadn't done either. Leslie Fred Silver. Morning all. Fred Silver from the Beanley Muddies watching. Welcome, Fred.
John Deegan, watching from Thailand, 4:40 a.m. here.
We had him the other day. We had John the other. I'm sure we did. Now,
what's Kiwi's name up at
I've got a
Kiwi Deegan?
sneaking to. I think this is the wildest head we've ever seen. I've seen better heads on a beer, haven't you? This one's
not lately.
I think no, you don't get it here. Liz, shush. Liz has got 2 shots here. I don't have no doubt about that. Yes, there you go. 2 shots, and so this is up for grabs here, boys and girls. Liz is leading 4-3. That's the longest end I've had, though, isn't it?
Yes, and this one's going to be pretty long. She let that kitty go.
Yeah, she flew that one. This is coming well back, and she might decide, okay, Chloe, I'm going to try you out here. She's come back almost to the tee. Of course, you'd already know that in previous or earlier part of the week, Chloe was a successful skip of the ladies' 4s gold medal with Kira Burke, Jessica Alphabet, Claire Turley and herself winning the gold medal in the 4s. So Chloe went home and had and now, look, this is what Liz is up to. Cop that, Chloe. She said, I'm going to play these long ends. I'm going to test you right out. And she's played an absolute bomb with her first bowl. Yeah.
That's what you dream of.
Well, you do, and I mean...
Throw it close to the ditch.
You've got to try out all different tactics, haven't you, Jimmy, just to find out what your opponent's got.
She knows she's going to have to find some tricky little tactics if she's going to beat Chloe.
And Chloe's got a very lovely reply here. She's got fantastic grass. She's just run through a bit. A very handy bowl there. The silver medal ladies, we've just mentioned the gold medal winner. The silver medal in the ladies' 4s was Sandra Laidlaw, Rose Rickson, Marianne Kuenzel and Connie Rickson representing the Marucci Club on the Sunshine Coast.
That's got a Maltese flavour.
It has indeed. And I think Connie plays for Malta, doesn't she?
And a mum.
Yeah, okay. And they both very lovely girls, and they bowled extremely well. Now, Liz has come through with a... Oh, she's gone in the drink. I'm just looking out the side.
Didn't want to be short.
No. Well, she didn't want to be too heavy either in case she gave it away.
And the other thing about that is that they won't be able to wick off that bowl.
No, can't wick off anything in the ditch.
We've really got on a string now, haven't we?
We have, mate. We're hot to trot. The bronze medal in the ladies' 4s went to Imelda Brumpton, Pauline Handley, Lorraine Zimmerman and Lorraine Callaghan, I think, from West Toowoomba. So that's the ladies' 4s results earlier. That was played Saturday and Sunday. Now Liz has changed her hand and she's looking at this. She's nodding her head left and right. I don't know. I think that means I might be a bit skinny. Oh no, other way round.
She's a very good shot here, just in behind.
Yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with that because Chloe's going to be looking at trailing something through there, isn't she, or drawing a cold toucher.
You get these people that know you're on TV and
they
continue to ring.
Yeah, I just ignore them, mate.
Fletch, give up.
Now, Chloe's played her 3rd bowl. She's got that lovely grass out there. Is she going to get back in time, Jimmy?
She's a bit behind.
I think not. As soon as we complete this end, folks, I'll give you the results in the ladies' pairs, which were played on Monday and Tuesday. Now, Liz has let her bowl go. She's got the head wobble going again all the time. I just can't quite work out. I suppose she's trying to move her bowl back in with her head, and it's not going to work. Okay, so...
well, Chloe can't really attack that too much in case she gets her own.
I'm just about to say that myself. And she happens to crack her own, she's going to go 3 down. So she needs to...
His Anna North needs to know something.
Alan Joslin's just shared the post. Thanks, Alan, for that.
She needs to know what's the big tip for the cup. Don't eat the pies and be good to your mother.
Well, the favourite tomorrow, I think, is the one. What's it called?
Be Good to Your Mother might be running at the same meeting.
What's it called? Happy Birthday or something? Birthday Bash or what's the name of that horse?
I think you're trying to set me up.
No, I'm not. Now, Chloe's, I think she's going to hang out there again. All right, it's no big deal. It's only one down. But Liz Parry now leading 5-3. Now, the winners earlier in the week was played on Monday and Tuesday in the ladies' pairs. The winners were Glenys Reid and Debbie Logan, who won the gold from Mount Gravatt Bowls Club. And I think it's a double whammy for Debbie because I think Debbie won the singles a few years ago too, didn't she?
Yep, 4 years ago.
Yeah, I saw that. I should have mentioned it, but I haven't, but I have now. Laurel Hopstetter and Wendy Campbell from Elliott Heads won the silver medal, and they had tremendous number of visitors on the post who were cheering them on, so they're going to, when they get back home, they're going to be very highly celebrated. Yolanda Ackroyd and Annie Studd won the bronze medal, and I just can't remember where they're from. But
Robbie Island.
Robbie Island, okay. So here comes Liz with her first bowl, and she's underneath that a bit.
There's a bit of breeze from that side.
Yeah, there is.
We can just see on the left there, that one wriggling, but that's right up in the sheltered area.
Yep.
Chloe's put this out, but she's left it up by the look of it.
Yeah, she's. I don't think she's hit her full rhythm at the moment. Chloe, do you?
She's coming to terms with the green.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, the champion that she
people
is,
that are watching this telecast would say that they could roll one left hand closer than that, but here we go. We've got exactly the same.
Yeah, this is
These two have played their way through to the final. Probably won 11, 12 games before they got to here.
Of course.
And 3 more games down.
Ron Arnold says good morning. He's watching from Somerville Bowling Club in Victoria. Good morning, Ron, and welcome aboard. Wonderful weather conditions up here, and I believe you're in line for a bit of a scorcher down there today, Ronnie.
34.
Tipping 35 or something, yeah.
35 in Sale.
36 I used to live in Sale.
You what?
A long time ago.
Well, one of my mates from Sale is David Dawes, and he'd been ill, and I saw his results at the Moama Pairs.
Okay.
Fantastic, Dawsey. They finished in front of at least half of the Australian players.
Goodness me,
what an effort. I think they ran 5th.
What an effort.
Last time I heard, he was too ill to sneak up to Bargara this year.
Yep.
Next thing I see him running 5th in front of 3/4 of the Australian side.
Right, now Chloe, what's she done? She's just got a slide
She's
up.
wriggled around.
She might have nearly grabbed it there too, by crikey.
Back to the Jack High one.
Now, Coral Hanson, I believe that's Kenny's wife, is it? Is it Kenny Hanson's wife? Good morning. She's saying good morning, Margaret Benson. I'm not sure. You might have to let me know. I might have the wrong. I have an idea that's Kenny Hanson's wife.
Cheryl Chase from Malakuta.
Malakuta, well, that's down in the Gippsland Way, isn't it?
Well, I was looking at you when I say Malakuta and expect you to know.
Well, I have an idea it's down the Bairnsdale Lakes entrance sort of area. If I'm correct, someone might sort me out on that.
Chloe struggled on that
Well,
hand.
she did, and like she's
I would think
at
that
the moment,
the Jack High one's still shot.
You believe so?
I'm guessing.
Yeah, I'm not.
But Chloe didn't get to
I'm
it
not
in
convinced
4 goes.
of that. Yeah, she did not. Well, that's most unlike her. But having said that, Liz is still bowling quite well. At the moment, she's got a 5-3 lead and could possibly extend that to 6. And indeed it is.
Trust me.
You're not often wrong, Jimmy, but you were right that time.
Trust me, I'm a doctor.
Are you? Right.
Doctor of maths.
I don't know about that. These flies are starting to come through the system here, and we'll have to get some Peebo or something.
Do they still count doctorate of maths from the 70s? It's still the same maths now if you add 1 and 1 and 1.
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay.
I believe so. Here comes Pitsy. He's arrived. Morning, Glenn.
Morning, man. How are we?
Good. He's here bright and early.
Well, he's got his eyes wide open anyway.
He has. He has. We haven't seen Benny Walsh yet. He could be inside the clubhouse. Rightio. So here we go.
Kitty's on the 6 foot or close enough.
Have we got a score from Nuggets Rink. He's leading 14-1.
He's leading 14-1, and Michael Cunningham is playing fairly well.
Yeah, he just got a touch of there. I don't know whether he's taken it back to his own bowl or not.
A little bit of body language said that he's probably still down.
Still one down, is he?
I don't know that
14-1,
for sure.
and in the other game here with the ladies' bronze, we'll give you an update on that if we can.
We can see Wendy's on 6, and Trish would be approximately the same score.
Okay. Ends don't matter, of course. It's still 25 up, Jimmy.
Yep.
You're the advisor there.
Oh, geez, you're crawling now.
Well,
What do you want me to be nice to
sometimes
you?
they play 25, and then the final can sometimes be 31.
So, we haven't played 31 for a long time in Queensland.
Okay, it takes.
We
well,
do
it's
love
too
it.
hot. It's
We
too
do
hot,
love
isn't
it. We do love 31, but there's not all of us could remember playing 31 up here.
No. Now, Trish Spice is holding one shot from what I can see. Well, she's not a happy camper there because she's dropped too short.
And she's 5'6".
5'6". She's
only won the difference.
Only won the difference. Well, she's holding on the head there, so that'd make it 6. If nothing changed, 6-all. Now,
Michael Kinnear's just going to drop a fraction short. He's got 1 or 2 to help he may make 3.
Now, our Gold Coast girl, Chloe, is what you might consider to be struggling at the moment. Not struggling, but she's certainly not producing
Her normal game.
the game that we have come to see over the last 12 months. But she's such a competitive individual and such a brilliant lady lawn bowler that I would be horrified to think that this...
Did you have to go to commentary school to be able to get those sort of phrases?
No, I was good at English.
Okay.
I just didn't like Shakespeare. I can't remember the last time I used one of his phrases.
He was old when I knew him.
Yeah, very old, mate, yeah. I mean...
Wendy's gone through looking for the jack, and she's gone around it. It'll
Oh.
make that game 6-all, so we'll say we didn't know who's going to win that,
Okay.
and we still don't know who's going to win that.
And that's Chloe's ended up, she changed her hand, ended up jack high, but I'm not sure that counts.
We have Jane Conlon here, says, that end makes me feel a little bit better. I played my worst bowls ever at a recent tournament and thought it was time to take up golf.
Yeah, well, somebody said that to me once too. Now, this is going to be perhaps not so devastatingly bad. In fact, Liz might...
One and a
I
measure?
think she's got one and a measure there, doesn't you?
It's hard to tell.
Okay, now Chloe, she's got enough room to put a Mack truck in here, and I think she might have.
She's got up.
Yeah, she's got it. Well, I don't think in too many of the games she's played in the last 2 years, she's had that much room to get shot, has she? Now there's another fly on the screen. Nearly got hit by a bowl there, but. Okay, so it's weather conditions have been great, haven't they? From what we've experienced so far.
Oh, look at that. He's
He's
stand
onto the
to
flag.
attention now.
Ah, he's onto the flag. See, the top flag's the only one that's blowing. How can that be?
Well, the wind might be easing. Then it was blowing when they whizzed them down there last time.
And I think
It's just tricking him a little bit with the breeze dropping and not dropping.
It looks like Michael Kinnear's. Now, this is the technology at its best. We've just zoomed in here. Michael Kinnear looks to have grabbed 2 shots on that last. He's still trailing 14-3. Now, Cloris has changed things up a bit here, and I think she was destined to do that as soon as she won an end because she wasn't bowling too well on the longer ones now.
Cop that.
Yeah. Have a look at that one, Liz. Well, that's typical of what we expect to see of Chloe. And not to say that Liz hasn't bowled as well as that herself. She's come down on her forehand, and she looks to be fairly well pointed here.
Very close.
Yeah, she might just be dropping underneath a wee tad. She did. But I think that might... I don't know whether Chloe's going to look at changing her hand. She probably will.
Yes, she is.
Yeah. We'll just get an idea of the different grass. Well, see, there's virtually none, is there? I mean, if that's going to come back and sit pretty well close to the jack, there's not a terrible lot of difference in the...
Have a look at those flags at the moment.
Grass line, on either hand.
They weren't blowing around at all.
No.
Oh, you can't see through walls.
No,
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm some kind of Superman, but he was the only one who could do that.
Oh, yeah, old X-ray vision.
Yes, he did.
Here it comes.
Here comes Liz, and this is a lovely reply. And because we've extended we've had to move the zoom forward a bit, it's a little bit harder for us to get a higher elevated view of the head. Now, Chloe's coming. She'll be looking to just arrive on that last bowl of Liz, I would think.
She's bowled too wide or
she's
bowled too soft.
She's got to come back a long way to get it, hasn't she?
She's a fraction wide.
Yeah, you got lovely weight, by crikey. Look at that. So Chloe would appear to be holding 1 and possibly 2. Liz she's got a tighter line on this, but she's got a little bit extra weight too, hasn't she?
She's just about.
She's underneath.
Wrong one.
Yeah, she's underneath the whole lot. Well, that's definitely 2 now. Chloe, she can play this confidently so long as she's not tight, and I doubt very much that she will be. She's out there and she's playing with that just extra reaching weight, and she's starting to come back now.
She's better this one.
She likes it because she's tracking it up.
She loves it. She doesn't just like it.
No, she's in love with it. Now, Liz has got 1 bowl left, but she's 3 down, we expect. I don't think Liz will be short.
No, now we've got the little thing on the side there. Have a go at that. Showing the 3 shots.
Oh, there we go. Now, what's Liz done? She's played a damn good shot here.
She's got shot, I reckon.
What's she done?
She falls wrong way.
Wrong way.
She's 2 down.
You could have played it better, but the attempt was tremendous, wasn't it?
You could have got it in the middle. I would think it would probably made shot.
Well, we got a plethora of viewers who are watching from all over the place. We expect
plethora.
A plethora.
Oh, well, is that a trotter?
I think he used to be trained by Gordon Gath, wasn't
he?
Yeah,
could be.
Okay, so now
Darren Turner wants to know the score on Trish Spicer's game.
Yeah, we've just
she's got the mat.
We've just given that, and
I nearly saw it.
Well, it was 6-all, wasn't it, up the other end? Now Trish must have won this end, coming back to us because she's leading away in the next end. So we're not too sure. Robbie, when he's inimitable
7-6, Trish.
7-6. Okay, she must have got 1. So.
Well, she's got the mat.
Trish is leading 7-6, and the 2 ladies have played 1 bowl each, going away from the club, and they're both fairly short.
So we've got a 7-6 and a 6-all going on at the moment.
Yep.
And Nugget's got 2 right on the jack.
And he's leading. He's
still well in front.
He's
Mick's
well
got
in
a
front.
few.
He's got 2 very close bowls. Yes, Paul, that was an initiative of our Queensland people too, that they needed the paddles, and they've got the paddles out today. which they haven't had so far, have they?
I think the wind is affecting the bowls more so in the widest game,
Yes,
the men's game.
I would have to agree with you there, Jimmy.
We're down on the lower angle here,
yeah, and the wind comes over the edge of the top green and has a tendency to bypass the rink that we're televising to an extent.
Yes, to an extent where it sort of comes and goes.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah, so the two they're playing on rinks 1, 3, and 5, and rink 1 is the one closest to the shelter shed arrangement that you've all seen previously, and a little more protected and not out in the open as much as rinks 3 and 5. So the girls on rink 3 are right in the middle of the...
Michael Kinnear smacked the kitty right in the middle.
He did too, and
it's bounced up the green and
he's
3
down.
Just what you need when you're down 15-3.
Well, you're trying to get a few shots, and he's hit.
He had a couple of backward, and he hit it right on the nose into the front toucher, and up the green it went.
As Jimmy said, and just can't help bad luck. Okay, back to our main game, and
here she comes.
Here she comes. So she's not going
to rattle off it.
Oh, she's not going to be up enough.
She cut out.
Chloe at this point will appear to be one down with Liz's bowl on the right-hand side. Yes, marker, please answer Liz. She's asking, have I got shot? Yeah, and the answer's yes. Now, Liz is probably going to have to... What's she going to do, Jimmy? She's going to try and draw it on a forehand, is she?
She might just come round to be behind.
All right, well, that wouldn't be a bad idea either, would it?
She's not going to be behind, but she might get through the gap, yeah?
Well, if she does, she's got a beauty.
She might get through the gap,
have a look at that.
Hardly call that behind. She wasn't reading my book.
Well, I first suggested she's trying to draw one. You said get behind, which was... Both ideas were certainly solid, weren't they?
I think she had a different idea than me.
She did, yeah. She said, bugger you, Jimmy, I'm going to draw another one. Okay.
Not the first person to say that.
No, Mark Magnuson, Marg, is it? I was watching from Kyneton in Victoria, and it's usually pretty cold in Kyneton, and I've always found, but with the weather you experience in Victoria, Marg, you've probably got your... jumper off today.
The red dirt. Always remember the red dirt at Kyneton Track.
Oh, yeah.
Oops, we just dropped out. We had one from Norfolk Island, I think, then.
Did we?
I just dropped off the screen and it said, go Wendy.
Marilyn Ann Basher is saying, go Chloe. Well, Chloe is... Paul Williams says, go Lizzie. Well, so far it's been a very close encounter between these two excellent lady bowlers. And
think she can draw through that gap again?
Well, why not? She
might have made a track in the grass where her just follow it through.
And I tell you what, if she's got the weight, she hasn't.
That's a safe skipper's shot.
Yeah, okay.
Well, holding two good ones.
I think she's got a couple of shots here. We'll give her the lead 8-6. And
that was Gail Fisher from Lord Howe Island.
Lord Howe Island.
We're back on screen now.
Well done. He's just never know whether.
Hello. Best is out of bed.
Is he? He's up. He's probably just got home from the casino.
No, I wouldn't say that. That's not what you're supposed to say on this sort of thing.
No, he goes over there every morning to help the cleaners. He's a very gifted man, Ryan Bester.
Not saying anything to that.
Well, he does. He runs out of things to do at the Bowls Club, and they give him a vacuum cleaner to help tidy up. That's the only reason he'd be there.
You're full of information.
He's a very talented man.
And when I mean full of it, I mean full of it.
Yeah, okay, don't go any further. Okay, so Liz has played a little bit shorter of an end. I thought she might have gone longer than that, didn't you, Jimmy?
Well, she went long and banged one on it, but she's not going to do that one that way. That's coming this way is when she played a long ends.
Yeah, so when Chloe grabbed the jack, she immediately went for the short stuff, didn't she? But anyway, Liz is trundling in quite nicely here. She's a little bit behind, but she's got beautiful grass line. Good morning, boys, from Bundaberg. Mary Hughes. Chloe's got a much better bowl here, and if she stops in time, which she hasn't.
Okay. Oh, sorry, he was standing right behind the thing. Go and take him off him. No, it's all right. So I did you once.
So here comes Liz. She's holding shots. She's probably best part of 2 feet behind. May not look like 2 feet. Could even be more, in fact. It's just the camera angle we're looking at, but this time she's a good metre short.
Sorry, I just got called away there.
That's all right.
I've left you alone for a while.
Oh, look, I felt neglected.
More than once, I reckon.
Oh, all the time. Piano Hall is watching. Well, why wouldn't you be, Feasel? So Chloe's played her second bowl, and she's just getting back enough
She's shot.
to
She's
make
not far
that
away.
shot. No. Inside Liz's back one. Now Liz is not to be deterred. She's going to stick on the forehand.
Same sort of start that Chloe had when she played Sandra Burgess.
Well,
She
not
was
only
7-8 all with
That's
Sandra
it.
Burgess.
Oh, that's a great shot there from Liz, and I'm suggesting she might have trailed that across there sufficiently to make two. But funnily enough, you should say that, but I think in most of the games that Chloe has played, she's got off to what we would regard as a bit of a slow start, Jim. I don't think she's jumped out to a lead. Look at this shot. Have a look at this. And she got, she's played a bomb. Absolute bomb.
In those last two games, she was sort of like this, level at about this score, and hit the afterburners.
And then she just put the foot down and said, I'm out of here, see you later. And she won her 3 matches by a total of 48 shots, which is 16 per game. But in the early part of every match she played, the scores were very, very level up until 7s and 8s and 9s, weren't they?
Yep.
Until she said, well, it's time for me to refuel the tank and move on.
Trisha's just getting a little bit away. She's won the last few ends against Wendy and's gone 11-6.
Susan Jardine says, good morning from Moore Park Beach.
That's Bundaberg area.
Bundaberg, yeah. And Bernard Powell is watching from where? Westmont Blaines in Wales. Well, there you go. Bernard Powell. Welcome, Bernard. I hope you're enjoying your evening. Okay, so now, Chloe, what are they claiming? Just the one?
Just one.
Okay, the paddle's gone up and this thing's gone off.
Mine back on, you're off.
You're on and I'm off.
Yep.
So
that's much better.
So Liz is, I think I'm going to have a smoke. You starting to, every time you start to barrel me, I'm out of here. Liz is leading 8-7. I love your work, Jimmy. Don't worry about it. You can abuse the hell out of me. I don't care.
Oh, that wasn't abuse.
Well, no, but that'll come. Just as long as you're leaving me wife and kids alone. I can cop it.
Nuggets killed one.
Oh, has he?
Cunningham had one touching, one 3 inches away. It's a bit silly. He doesn't miss too many of them.
And
Kinnear.
The earlier cloud
made
cover.
that mistake once yesterday too.
He did.
I did apologise to him last night.
Mm-hmm.
That was at the Federal Hotel too.
All right. And the earlier cloud cover that we had, which wasn't very thick, has almost completely disappeared. Well, not completely, but it's blue sky wherever you look.
Anybody in the Toowoomba region was hoping it didn't rain the other day when it was cloudy just for this event, but it might happen later on, but it's not going to happen.
Well, it can rain cats and dogs this afternoon. Nobody's going to care because, well, certainly not us bowlers.
It won't help the farmers, cats
well,
and dogs.
No, they're not. No. They've got enough animals to feed, haven't they? Oh, that's a much better bowl from Chloe. She still hasn't quite got the... I mean, she's starting to get better, but she hasn't really got the touch that we expect from
Hello, I've got a tricky little one here.
Lady of Her Quality.
My pronunciation probably won't be real good here.
Here
but
comes Liz, just sliding underneath. What do you got?
Bud from Florida. It could be Rikusi, possibly. From Florida, USA.
Well done, Florida, USA. And Florida, USA has the sister city to Melbourne.
Is it?
Yeah.
You're a wealth of knowledge.
There's a city in Florida called Melbourne, and or city or town, I believe it's a city. And the two heads of the mayors communicate regularly.
Okay.
Did you know that?
I don't know whether there's a line coming here or not.
No, I'm telling you.
This is just wealth of information.
There's another wonderful shot from Liz.
There's a knocker.
Now, she's trailed across to Chloe, so Chloe's eyes might have lit up a little bit, even though she's now one down.
She's only got one bowl to play. She's got to do it now.
And she does. Her eyes might have
She doesn't want to just
a bit.
knock it somewhere because the left position, right position is covered.
Well, holding two very nice second shots, but the bottom line is she hasn't got the shot.
She wants the ball without the kitty.
And Alan Vidler. Morning, gentlemen. Hope you have a great day. Well, so far it's been terrific, Alan. He's saying go Chloe. Now, Chloe's not having a crack at this. She's just trying to... She's waving it back in. She's waving it in, and she's getting excited. And the excitement has quickly dissipated. He slid through that little gap.
Dissipated.
Well, she went through one of those things you said yesterday, one of those apertures.
Oh, we don't say that one anymore.
We've had enough of that. All right. So here comes Liz. Well, she's
safe.
I think so. All right. Well, that's one more to Liz Parry, and Liz Parry.
It was a pretty good attempt for being a safe draw.
Yeah, she's leading 9-7, and focus is a bit off, says Roy Campbell.
Must have got out of bed on the wrong side.
Yeah, he's still trying to find his glasses. That's why.
I can't figure out how Ryan's doing all this vacuuming and watching at the same time.
Well, he does. He's one of the very talented men, Ryan.
Roger Webb said another aperture. The green appears to be full of them.
Well, that's your comment. Can't have a smoke and all that. Got to be coffee milk.
The focus is a bit off, Roy. It's not a focus off on mine.
Cameras are all automatic focusing. If anything goes in front of it, it will blur in a little bit.
Okay. It's got automatic focusing, and if someone sneaks up on the too close to it in the non-playing area part of it, it focuses on them for a few seconds. Apparently. Howard Best, that's Yogi. Hello, Howard. How's Boo Boo? Jobbo. Paul Jobson's on board now, over on this little bit, plus Tool Balderson. We have a full spectrum of everybody now. Still at Park Beach. Must be nearly wound up at Park Beach by now, Jobbo. Heading to Paradise Point, so Robbie can tell me. Be able to take Chucky Vogler's spot. This one's not too far away. As it gets a little bit closer, it's all but. See, it's not Gary that stops that one. It's gone off all by itself. Imagine she's just getting in behind here. Probably not happy with that one. Once it gets down there, it gets past the balcony, we'll call it. There's a balcony here between the two greens. Picked up the jack, and we now have a toucher 2 metres away. We have one in the ditch that wasn't a toucher, so it'll be one shot to Chloe. The one you can see on the right hand side of the screen there is the second shot, with both 1 bowl to play and 2 metres to draw it in. She doesn't want to wreck on her own bowl. Oops. That's what happens on big jobs. There was 1 bowl within 15 feet of the grass and she wrecked on it, which leaves Chloe 1 shot and about 10 feet to make 2. No, you were working too hard over there. We were explaining it. We were explaining it here. You had too much you're doing on the other monitor. She only has to roll another about there. That'll bring the umpire out to measure it. Having a good hard look. The shot bowl's up near Jack High. After that, she's conceded 2. 2 shots to Chloe, squares it up 9-all. Wendy Jamieson has come back to 8-11 and she has 1 right on the doodad. So that game has plenty in it still. Leona Johnson, that was the game that just updated. It's 11-8 to Trish, and Wendy holding 1 and a measure. Jockey Hayes is on board. I hope they tie him on. Now he's on board. We're off again on the right hand. Oh, we've got the jack on the 6 foot line. Mat up, jack on the 6 foot line. We've just been missing our ace dictionary man here who's just returned, and we've dropped out a couple of times. A very good starter, a bit over a foot away. And a little bit under.
Choppo's joined in. Good morning, Paulie.
I gave him a bit of a rev just before.
Should be up on the Gold Coast by the end of November, gentlemen. Well, we'll certainly be looking to say howdy to you, Jops. And Chloe's, I was outside when Chloe delivered that drive on the previous end, and I'm not too sure how many she ended up with, but
2.
2 was it? But she got down on all fours, and Liz is, she's just going to run through. Oh, she got the gap down. A lovely bowl, Liz.
She ran through all right.
He ran through right to the jack. Well, you do that all the time. You're going all right, aren't you?
Just got a bit of an update on one of our mates here that played here. Played in the bronze playoff, Johnny Martin. He had chest pains when he was driving home, and he's still in the Bundy Hospital. He got as far as Biggendon driving home. He's hopefully he'll be going home today for all those people. It's a message from Rod Graff, who's keeping me updated on Johnny Martin's. Well,
Chloe's gone bang.
Take that.
Well, now that's...
She brought the mat up onto the 6-foot line. I imagine she will probably bring them back, will she?
Well, and now this is technology at its very best. And Robbie Allen is the director of photography, and he's going to show you this in slow-mo. And she, look at that. She never missed it by anything. She just got
never missed it by anything.
Well, did she? She was going to one-bowl target.
Is there a commentary school somewhere?
Well, I think I might start one. What do you reckon, Jimmy?
She didn't miss it by anything. I like it.
No, she never missed it by anything.
Well, I can only agree with you.
Lenny Japray, well, Lynn's such a regular viewer, I'm starting to call her Mum. Well, she's my younger sister. She's very regular.
If you call her Mum, I reckon you're going to get one round the ears.
No, I just changed that. I changed that to younger sister.
You're off again.
Yeah, I'm gone
Robbie,
again. I'm gone again here,
That's
Robbie.
3 times that's been off in 5 minutes.
It's been off 5 times every broadcast.
I think it's because it's so close to you.
Well, I might have frightened it, have I? He keeps looking at me.
Frightened me, I don't know about
It's
it.
a little iPad thing that we get all the comments on, and Chloe started off with a great shot. Now she's starting to play a lot better now than what she has been. But having said that, Liz has done nothing wrong. She's playing extremely well at the same time. And folks, we've said this a few times. Oh, she's left this one a bit short. We've said this time and time again, Jimmy. The games that we've been given to broadcast have always been close, haven't they?
I'm getting a wet pocket.
All of them. Well, don't blame me. It's just, I suppose we're picking the best game, we believe.
This was hardly picked by the...
No, well, you don't pick this. This is just automatic.
This is just the gold medal game.
Well, of course it is. There's no pre-selection required here. We knew damn well what we were watching. But it just seems to be ironic that the ones that we've broadcast all this week have all been very close. And she didn't miss it by anything. Thank you, Matthew. I didn't realise it was...
Didn't realise it was that funny?
No, I didn't. Not at the time. I didn't. I still don't
use that next time I play.
She never missed that by anything. Now, Chloe, she's got 2 lovely bowls here, and this looks like being a third one if she's got the weight to travel, and I believe she might just have not got it.
There's another one. Wendy Jamieson just drew another toucher. She's got 2 touching down there, which would nearly square that game up.
Yeah, well, that's
Trish's last one's down, and she's looking for it.
We'll need to...
11 all that game.
Now, look, this is just an indication of what we're looking at here, folks, as...
Good shot.
Oh, Lisa, now, Chloe's having a bit of a bo peep at this one.
I'll give it to the purple.
You like the purple?
She's I thought she was going to run her fingers over it.
We're gone again here, Robbie. Don't worry about it.
We don't want anybody talking to you. I'll just do this one.
Yeah, well, I must have frightened everyone away because my little iPad with comments coming through from people all around the world.
Well, we've cut Jobbo off.
Yeah, Jobbo's gone. I've lost all contact with the outside world. And I'm not going to worry. Robbie says don't worry about it. So I think you might be right in your assessment of the head there, Jimmy. I reckon that purple bowl of Liz is the shot. And Chloe's having a decent look at this. I don't think she's going to be short. She'll be looking at trying to punch this bowl through as best she can.
Adam Hall's taken a bit of the mickey out of some of your comments here.
Well, yeah, well, that's only natural.
Quite possible.
Yeah, what's she done here? She slid up. No, she didn't.
Just a little shy on Wishka.
Tell me what Adam said.
No, not game.
Okay.
He threw in another couple of shady sort of comments to add to you.
No good, eh? All right, well, I might have to
Here's one from Troy. Can
Paul
Marcus stand on the other
Jobbo's
side?
still here. We knew he would be.
It's just when he stands on that side, Troy can't watch his mother's game. That's
Oh,
just
right.
going to be bad luck, Troy, I'm afraid.
Peter Balderson's back. I'm up and running on this screen again. Alan Vidler says old people and modern technology don't mix. Well, I don't necessarily think that's true, because Robbie's not a young man, is he?
You want to lose your job?
No, he's decidedly younger than I am. I'll just add that.
Well, here we'll move away from there. I've got a very interesting viewer here. Anne Dunwoody. Haven't seen Anne since the state games. Obviously, I guess that's overseas.
I think she's home.
I'm still here, it says, watching and
Jobbo.
listening.
Oh, pardon me. I think Anne's back home in Scotland, isn't she?
I would imagine so. It's the right time of the year over there where you get snowed in.
Yeah. Well, I think the Australian weather was a bit too hot for her. She decided to go back to below freezing.
She might have been a bit too hot for the Australian weather.
Well, she's a very lovely lady too, Anne. Now, Liz is down measuring this one, and I think she'd be fairly confident of getting this, don't you, Jim?
Well, obviously it was close, but Chloe dropped short with the last bowl, which makes me think that maybe we were wrong and the back one may be shot.
She just bumped into her front one, didn't she?
I would have thought she would have arrived.
Oh, gee whiz, no, that's a shot.
I would have thought she'd have arrived if she thought she was down.
Well, I think you'll find the green bowl. The green bowl of Cloris is the shot, and what are they doing? They're calling umpire, are they?
They are now.
Yeah.
We were saying purple, and then Chloe dropped short.
Well,
that meant that we were probably wrong.
We could see from the side view of the camera that Robbie switched across to that when the tape went onto Cloris's bowl, there was a decided bend.
I wish you wouldn't call it Cloris.
I won't.
Sounds like something you throw in the swimming pool.
Oh, no, that's her big brother, Chlorine. Chris Lapelt's watching. Morning, Chris. Peter Balderson, we mentioned that. And so many others. I've got 247 viewers, according to my screen.
No, I've got 1,200 on mine because they like me more than you.
Well, they obviously do, because mine's just dropped to 244. 20, what's 21.5? What does that mean?
That means Nugget.
Oh, that's Nugget, okay.
That means Nugget's 23-5.
Oh,
Needs 2 to finish up that game.
He's marching. They're going to cast him in bronze.
Well, let's suggest that he was the short price favourite.
Well, he was.
And that big game yesterday afternoon that most people saw, where Glenn Pitts thumped him 25-24 after a fantastic game, 24-all.
Chloe's got the shot there.
We knew that when she dropped short.
Well,
we wanted to change.
We thought we did. So that ties it all up again. No, it doesn't.
Matt's right up the green on the
10-9 in front of Chloe, in favour of Chloe.
We're going up on the 6-foot line.
And on the ladies' bronze medal, I believe it's Wendy. Is it Wendy?
12-11.
Leading Trish Spicer 12-11. So that game's neck and neck too, isn't it? Trish has come over and waved to her through the window. He's come over for a well-earned drink of water. And she's...
Well, I don't think Mike Kinnear can stick with Cunningham just at the moment.
Oh,
Sean's drawn another toucher. He needs 2 to go out.
Chloe's got a great starter here.
Well, this is what she practices a fair bit to the old mat up.
Alan Vidler said they won't need much bronze to cast him. Now, Alan, are you Dee's husband? Dee Vidler's the one I know. Answer me that, please. Dee and I are friends on Facebook. Susan Jardine says, good bowling, ladies. And a classic delivery of Chloe. Look at that gracefulness. She could have been a ballerina.
Chris Liefeld's on board now.
Yeah, we said that.
He must have everything covered down there at Ballina.
Another great shot there from not so great, but she's holding 2. Now Liz is a picture of concentration here on the split screen. And lovely smooth delivery, and she's down with her hands on her knees, and what's she thinking?
She liked it.
I think she thinks, oh, she's waving her arms around. It could be a little bit quick, and she was. Tom Parry says, can the commentary sound be improved?
What do you mean switched off?
Only at your end it can, Tom, because if you're listening on a mobile phone or something like that, there's never been a mobile phone invented that's audio is good enough for even when you turn it on speaker.
That'll be 3.
Yeah, you got to put, if you got a set of those aircraft, you know, those little things they give you on a plane, you shove in your lug hole, you can connect it up that way.
Craig Hall on board now, yes. Hawley.
Split screen technology at its very finest here, Robbie. Thank you.
Need a good one here, or we could do 4. Bit of pressure on Liz with this final bowl.
Liz is, well, she looks pretty good to me, don't you, Rink?
She's out there.
Yeah, she might be still just a little bit
She's
heavy.
on it. She's on it.
Is she right? She's got it. Lovely shot, Liz, and that's thrown the cat amongst the pigeons because
there's 3 backward to go with that
it. Well, Chloe's got to be pretty careful what she does here.
She's got herself bamboozled now. She can only try and push one of those across.
Chloe's asking all sorts of questions of the marker. How far off? And he's said only 2 inches or something.
You better get some hot bronze because Nugget has won that game over there.
It's all over by the shouting, ladies and gentlemen, and
here we go. She's going
she's
for
having
a
a
clean.
crack, and she's gonna, unless she gets something off that.
Killed it.
Wow! Now we got the slow mo on that one, Robbie.
I think so. He's gone
If
for
you
the
don't
slow mo
mind.
button.
If you don't mind, umpire, here we go. Now she's got that. She's got that
nice
she's
stride
wide.
forward, hasn't she?
She's always going to be wide, and she's got that.
She's not much wide.
That off that onto that. Well, that's a pinball wizard can only do that, can't they? Anyway, she got out of jail there. She had.
Fortune favours the
well,
brave.
it does, and Chloe's a very good driver.
And she
We've
was
always known
driving
that.
she was driving for the outside edge of that bowl.
She
didn't want to hit it in the middle, so she had to be wide.
Yeah, whenever Chloe drives, she tends to prefer her backhand on a drive. I've noticed over the years.
Well,
now,
most drivers prefer one or the other.
Yeah, well, it's not to say she can't drive on the other hand, but each time I've seen her, particularly this weekend, she's had 3 or 4 that she's got results with, and most of them have been on her backhand.
Many years ago, before Kelvin honed his forehand running skills, it was a very bad thing to drop on 4 foot short, one bowl to the backhand side of the line. That was the little balance of the walking stick on the neck. It's when he pulls it right down really hard around his neck, you know you've done something badly wrong. Drop one just a little bit closer to the line than that one there. Get the stick pulled down really hard on the back of the neck.
Right. And Liz has come well back here with her first bowl. Chloe's about 3.5 foot short, possibly 4.
Got a question that I've missed here somewhere.
Yeah, Chloe's gone out again. I feel forehand. She's got a much better bowl here. She'll be certainly very delighted with that one. She's landed about a foot behind and holding 2. And Nuggets, he's saying,
Chromecasting live stream to the television, much better viewing. By
of course.
Jeff G. Key.
He did that the other day. And then we had a whole... Now, what's Liz done here?
She's drawn the shot.
I think she might have. Oh, and Chloe's bowl's fallen over too.
Have to fall over twice.
Yes, so Chloe's definitely one down, the marker indicated. There was, I think it was the same gentleman who mentioned that he had it on his a great big TV screen at home, and needless to say, the whole thing would have been pretty spectacular to watch.
That's no problem then, Jeff. We'll all be round there next week.
Yeah, well, there we go. Okay, here comes Chloe with her third bowl. She's One down.
She's over.
She might be a little bit heavy, but she's back in a good catching position.
Probably a metre. Bit more than a metre, probably, that is.
You'd think so.
But somewhere where she's thinking of hitting the kitty shortly.
Yeah, well, if she's looking at having a crack at this eventually,
this one needs a friend.
She'll be driving on her backhand, I'll suggest you that.
Oh, she's changed her hand.
She's probably just trying to get back to Chloe's back bowl, which is not a bad ploy. She might just drift past
shot.
it.
No,
yeah.
she's nearly drawn a second shot if she sits down.
Very close. Falling over. Well, that looks to be two, don't you think, Jim?
You put that in the book.
I think you'll find Chloe will be searching up on her backhand again.
Yes, she might just feather that and get them both.
She could well do. And that's she's gone a bit wide, I believe.
She's too wide to get luck.
Okay. But if nothing else much changes.
Same shot for a 3. There's not much in her road this time.
There's a message there for you, Jimbo, if you want to read that from Paulie Jobson.
Yeah, I gave Jobbo one job in the last 3 years and he didn't do it.
No, okay. Now, what's Liz done here?
It's not a problem, Jobbo.
She's still got 2. Okay, so that changed the leaderboard a bit with Liz Parry jumping to the lead to 11-10.
With the oncoming changes the RSL's doing at Bagara, I had Jobbo inspecting some of the carpet down in his area.
Mm-hmm.
The RSL is putting a $1.6 million roof with up to $2 million with the 2 new greens and fixed roof, and a $10 million clubhouse at Bagara. Bagara Bowls is getting $12 million done to them. It's finalised on Sunday, and depends who wins the job. It'll start either at the end of November or sometime Christmas time.
It's very good news, isn't it?
Well, if you're going to have a place that's going to be $12 million better off, it's got to be a good place.
Wow.
We'll think we're up there with Pine Rivers and...
Absolutely.
Tweed Heads, Broadbeach, you name it.
And Liz has started off with with an excellent bowl. He's just touched the kitty underneath there and she's only 4 or 5 inches away. And Chloe's gone out on a forehand again. She looks to be a little bit quicker on this occasion.
Well, obviously everybody knows that Chloe's from Tweed Heads, but
we
haven't mentioned Salisbury too much, where Liz comes from. It's be a fantastic singles tournament at Salisbury.
Now, on that bronze medal playoff game, Wendy has hit the lead. Can you read that, Jim? My eyes aren't good enough.
Trish did lead 11-5. Wendy has scored the last 11.
11 in. So she's
11 shots to go 16-11.
16-11 to Wendy over Trish Spicer.
Having a bit of a look at this one. She just about got it.
It's a
she
great
got
shot.
It enough for shot.
Got a great shot. Corey Wedlock is enjoying, he's watching. Morning, Corey. One of our nation's most wonderful young male bowlers.
Got to run into Corey a few times during my bit of a visit to the Nugget. Where
you wouldn't want to run into Corey too many times. He wouldn't leave you standing, would he? He's a very solid lad.
He very successful Nugget series down there.
Yeah, he's a great bowler and a very nice young man, Corey. Met him quite a few times. I love the way he plays the game.
If you start sledging his stature shortly, I think that he might square up on you.
Oh, well, if he threw one at me, mate, I don't think I'd get up for a week.
There goes a second shot.
There's Chloe's got 2, and Liz has only got 1 bowl left, so if she's got to do something with this one. But she's been bowling well enough to do it too, Jim, hasn't she?
She's somewhere near it too. She's around that bowl.
Yeah.
Is she around
Is she going to stop in time?
Not quite.
No, she's not. Now, Chloe's got a free kick here. She's holding 2.
That's just the trouble with going around those bowls.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you go around them, you just put that little
Well,
bit too much weight.
You
to
do,
it.
don't you? You're concentrating on making sure you're up too, aren't you? So Chloe's got a free kick here to make 3, and if I'm any judge, I'm tipping she will.
Oh, you only back favourites.
Well, I do. Oh, I could be well and sure. I think the jockey's fallen off here.
No, jockey's watching.
Well,
Jockey Hayes is watching.
I'll back the favourite there, and the favourite's got rolled.
You can do anything. You
Yeah,
can.
I've taken the short odds. I've left the money in the bag.
2 shots, 12-11.
2 shots. We got a new leader. Chloe jumped ahead by 1. Paul Williams is at Salisbury.
Okay.
Now here's Roger Green is watching from Sun City, Arizona in the United States of America. Now, over there, it's got to be what? Last night. It'd be about 9:30, I think, or so. 8:30 it might be. About 8:30 on Wednesday night.
You have a lot better idea of overseas. When we talk about overseas, we talk about Fraser Island.
I talk about Tassie.
Where's that? Oops, I'm in trouble there. I love Tassie. I've been there about 10 times.
So do I. Well, it's very cold though, isn't it?
Yeah, at different times of the year.
Oh, mate, I was
That
down
one's
there.
just going to hang on the lip.
I was
Is it, Robbie?
down there, and Alan Middler says I could pull winks up with my calls. She wouldn't never have won 27 in a row. Might have been back in her, I'll guarantee you. Good shot, Liz.
Bit of trouble here for Trish Spicer. Wendy's got one back touching and another one a foot away.
It's 5 o'clock here in Arizona. I was a little bit out. 5 o'clock last night in Arizona.
Phoenix, Arizona. Oh, the Eagles sing that, don't they?
Yeah. No, Tasmania, lovely place, Tasmania. I've only been there once, and it was during the cold weather.
What?
I asked the local publican if I could get into his cool room for a couple of hours to escape the cold. God, was it cold.
Who would let you into a cold room?
Well, there was a fair amount of stock missing by the time he let me out.
That wouldn't be an ambition of mine to lock you into a cold room.
No. Well, it was a damn sight better in there than it was walking around the street, I'll tell you.
Chloe's got to improve a bit with this one. She sprayed the first 2. And so has Liz.
Oh, she's corrected that. Well, she's going to get shot, but
I wouldn't whinge about it.
no. Well, there's plenty of gaps there, isn't there, in the head?
Wendy's gone 18-11. She's getting closer to the mark.
Yeah, and is Liz going to get back in time? I don't think she will.
That was Texas Red. He was an Arizona Ranger, wasn't he? That's a bit of Marty Robbins' cowboy songs.
Oh, yeah, I used to love them. Yeah, there's a lovely bowl from Chloe here. She's just going to pick this up so magnificently.
Have a go at those onions.
Yeah, she's put Liz under a bit of pressure here now. Come up there. She's going to... Well, that's a good decision. Go and have a decent look, and
Pretty hard to see what's going on from the other end.
Well, she can't see she wouldn't be able to see the jack, would she?
No. She doesn't really know how far behind that third shot of hers is.
No. She's
now,
two down.
Now she knows because she's up there.
She had a look. I've got a lot of friends in America, on Facebook.
They got a lot of jails over there.
Well, that's why I decided not to go. I believe it's a nice place. We've just got the wrong bloke in charge, haven't they?
Don't know about that.
Christine White says, keep it going, Chloe. Well, she's holding a lovely 2 shots here, Chris, as you can see, and Liz decided to play her backhand to see if she can make something of this. I don't know whether she's going to have a poke at it or whether she's just trying to draw.
Oh, Wendy Jamison.
Well, she's playing with some weight.
She's going to miss. Well, she might get
She'll get her own. It's not. Oh, now see, that could very well be Chloe's third bowl, as you can see on the right hand side.
And there's one on the lip too. That's.
I'm not sure that one would count, but it might be a bit too. Well, it could be close, couldn't it? Now the one on the right would appear to be the third shot, and it all depends what's happened with the other one behind.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's not 4.
Well, I can't quite see where the fourth one is.
Right there on the.
Oh, there it is, right where the. Yeah, well, that's an interesting equation, isn't it? But Liz was very unfortunate there because she
had to play something like that.
Well, she did, didn't she?
That one's in.
Well, that's clearly in,
and this one's probably in.
Now the number, it's gone up. The paddles have gone up. And it's 4 shots to Chloe, which takes her to 16-11. Well, that's a big collect, isn't it, in terms of...
It's the first real break in the game.
Well, it is. It's a mini break now.
She played 2 bombs. She had 2 bowls within 6 inches.
That's the first...
She got a premium. She got an added bonus for playing those.
Well, she did. Yeah, poor old Liz has got to be scratching her head thinking, well, you know, I tried me very hardest to disturb the 2 shots of Chloe and end up going, whoop-de-doop-de, I've taken my own out.
Stand up and have a look at those onions on this game. Wendy Jamison's drawn.
Oh, my goodness.
4th shot's a foot away.
Yeah, Wendy's holding
4th shot's a foot
4
away.
bowls, and here comes
Trish.
Yeah, she's a bit short. Well, that's
Wendy go to 22-11, sort of.
Yeah, well, that's sort
Trish has sort of fallen away a bit.
It's starting to get away from Mum a bit, isn't it? And Chloe said, well, now, look, there's a long way to go here in this game.
She's got the mat up the green again.
Chris, it's 25 up. Chris White is asking. First to 25.
She's got the mat up the green again.
And Liz is trundling through here, but she might have something in mind. I think it's getting the shot would be the
Linda
first
McCarthy. Heard her. Watching from Cairns. Come on, our Trish from Marlin Coast.
Yes, indeed. And Emma's down here with her too, Linda, and she's geeing her mum up. And
geez, we've got Brett Wilkie and Brian Marshall watching.
Have we?
We better be careful what we say.
Okay. We better make sure that the broadcast is properly announced from now on. There'll be no rubbish.
I don't believe that.
No, and
Julie Allen's back on.
And Chloe played her second bowl. She's dropped about 3 foot short there, but I'm suggesting that might be second shot. Now, what's Liz done here? Is she going to slip off Chloe's bowl? Yes, she has. Coming up? No.
2 down.
She's still 2 down. Now, Chloe might... Oh, she could probably stay on that forehand, but she might elect to change. No, she's staying there. That's okay.
You'll have to throw in your coaching badge here shortly.
Well, I've never professed to be a coach. I have certain...
She might run into it now.
She'll run into her own more than anything else.
Oh, she's played under it.
I have certain thoughts about this game that I've passed on to my bowling friends, but in no way would it be construed a coaching lesson. So Liz is coming down. She's just trying to get to Chloe's back bowl, and she hasn't done a bad job about this. Have a look at this. Thanks very much. Oh, and the luck is...
Falls down for shot.
Yes, I think she might have captured that.
I thought you might have given those 2 Scotsmen a bit of drinking coaching.
Who was that? They're right. Oh, geez, they don't need any tuition.
You sure do.
I can assure you of that. Oh, my God.
I don't think...
They don't muck about, do they, the 2 boys?
I don't think you'll be able to teach them too much in the drinking stage.
No, well, I couldn't teach them a damn thing.
Trish has almost picked up this jack to keep things alive. No.
So, and the bronze
Chloe's having a good look at this, so it might be closer than we've given it to the purple.
Well, if Chloe's down, she might be keen enough to want to have a poke at Liz's bowl there.
Which one do you think's third?
Probably. Well, she might have. Yeah, she might have. I think Liz's bowl might be third.
I think favour the purple for first and third, but they were going to run.
Yes,
they're going to run their fingers over those.
Well,
bowls
that's what I thought.
So it must be very close for shot.
So what's Chloe doing? She's shaping up on the forehand. Which yes,
Just arriving.
she's trying to draw.
She got plenty of grass.
Yeah, she has, and wait.
She was just arriving, but she speared it a bit wide.
Yeah, okay. So Chloe, having played that shot,
we'll have a good look at who's got
makes
shot here before Liz
makes me
plays.
think that she might not think she's down. From where we're sitting, Jim, though, it looks as though Liz has got it, doesn't it?
Well, we're seeing exactly what people are seeing at home.
That's right. You make your own assessment, and it's sometimes, as we've said before 100 times, sometimes very tricky to try and be too precise. And looking at that, you would say it's a very close measure, but invariably, when they've gone down to measure, somebody's won by a good inch and a half, haven't they? Which is very hard to tell.
She's just drawing on a backhand.
She's drawing, so it must be close enough for the girls not to be able to make a clear decision.
She drops onto that jack.
She's
she
not
gets
going
3.
to. She's drawn it though. Now that has got to be the shot. And I think Chloe's already she's handed her a stick.
She's going to swing it.
I thought you were going to whack her with it, didn't you?
No.
She wouldn't have done that. She's always a lady. Now there's the purple bowl. This will give you some indication. We can't get the side view, I don't think, but see now that's there's a bit of.
You get the umpire again.
Yeah, they've gone back to the purple.
Get the umpire again.
Yes, and there's a little tickle there.
Two.
And it's
right again.
Do it again. Right again. We're right again.
Right again, Delaney.
Yeah. You're not up and wrong, Jimmy, but you're right that time. So who else have we got joining in here? My viewing calendar went from 260 down to 245. They've all switched off.
That last couple of comments
got gone over to you, and you've gone from 270 to 290. Well,
yeah,
they've just switched panels.
They come over to me.
Of course they do. It's a different feed. Well, we've both got exactly the same numbers, haven't we? No? Okay. Yeah, we're operating off 2 separate sites. Okay. Just as long as you're watching, folks, and enjoying it as much as we are, bringing it to you. So Liz has got a pretty decent bowl here to commence the next end.
Trish Spicer hasn't given up. She scored 2 last end, and
yeah, well, she wouldn't.
She's doing a toucher with her first bowl.
She's an absolute fighter, just like her lovely daughter, and they both. There's a bit of bowling prowess in that family, isn't there?
How do you know Emma's a fighter? She punched you.
Well, no, but there'll come a day. Now Chloe's she's bounced back here with a lovely shot. Boom.
She went close.
She had lovely weight, didn't she? Just one bowl too wide.
Well, she was looking for it.
Now Trish Spicer here on the next rink, as Jimmy just alluded to, she's not throwing the towel in because she's just drawn 2 lovely bowls here. She's got one sitting right on and the other one's just dropped in front. Now, there's a couple of crackers there from Trish.
Just dropped in front by about 5 inches.
Yeah, are we watching the massive comeback here? Liz has played her second bowl and she's dropped in behind.
Sean Fullerton from Mildura. Might be warm up Mildura today.
It's always warm in Mildura. And they have that's still there, the hotel in Mildura has the longest bar of any hotel in Australia in terms of actual length.
There you go. I know you
continually, and I've had a beer every foot.
I was going to say
it takes you about 3 weeks to get It's the longest continuous length of bar area.
So it takes you a long time for you to get thrown out.
Well, look at Liz's done here. She's going to make 3 here.
Oh, well.
Now,
This'll be
Chloe.
fire one.
Now, this is fire one here. Now, Chloe, as I've said before, always favours her backhand on a run shot.
There's nothing wrong with playing backhand.
No,
there.
none at all. That's her preferred firing hand.
She might be just going to arrive on the forehand by the look of it.
Oh, well, yeah. If she's playing her forehand, she's playing weight, but not crunch weight.
Oh, I don't think that was the...
Well, she's going to get back in time. She might get the edge of her own bowl and get shot. Oh, Gary, have you picked that or what?
Like a broken nose.
Do you reckon I say silly stuff? Goodness me.
You picked it all right.
Well, there's the slow-mo replay, and she's got the very edge of her bowl, and she's rolled it once, twice,
3 times a lady.
3 times a lady, and she's fallen back.
To be
But
one
she's
down.
still a lady. One
Measures-
down, you reckon? I don't think she is.
I'll tell you soon.
If that bowl,
Purple.
she's one down now.
Purple
I
shot.
don't think she was before.
Very good bowls.
Now, if I was Chloe, I'd be staying on that forehand. I'd be looking at trying to set that bowl. If you got a piece of the jack on the way through, she'll punch it out to her bowl on the left-hand side. Depends what weight she wants to use.
It's a delicate shot. She doesn't want to hit the kitty too full and go 2 or 3 down.
Shane Fullerton says lawn bowls and beers go hand in hand. Well, they do, but generally not at the same time. I think.
Is she up?
No, she's not.
She thought it was too dangerous.
Well, she could have been a little bit too wide with a bit of weight and contacted that front one of Liz's, which might have sent hers out of her head. But it's only one shot to Liz by what we can see.
We're not too sure here.
Well, I think we are now because Liz put the mat down. So that was an interesting head, Jimmy, wasn't it? It had a few twists and turns in it. So Chloe's still leading 16-14 for this game. It's by no means over. And on the bronze medal match, I can see through the window that it would appear...
That's not our camera that the bloke's carrying away, is it? It'll be his
Geez,
own
I hope
camera.
not.
The TV, local TV are here, that's all.
Oh, are they? On the rink next door, it's going to be... The bowls have all been played, and it's a very close measure here between... looks like... Yeah, well, it's either one either way, but it's going to be close.
It's going to be one to Trish.
It could... Well, you think so?
Yeah. If I could get a bet on that,
Would
it'd
you?
be easier than backing the winner of the Melbourne Cup.
Yeah, well, that's one of the days I don't bet. It's too hard. So now they've kicked things around a bit, and I think the Master of Ceremonies here has, in fact, decided the right way.
Yeah, the local bloke, we go and hit him on the head.
What's he done?
He's set up in front of our camera.
Oh, well, just go and sort him out, Robbie.
Just move him a metre to the right.
Yeah, move him out of the way altogether. Robbie's walked away.
Robbie's
Robbie's walked away.
headphones.
He had his headphones stuck on and he nearly ripped his head off.
No, that's just like you didn't pull the anchor up.
Jeez, I've done that before too. Isn't it? It's terrible. You think you've broken something?
You don't want to start the outboard and head off with the anchors.
No, goodness me, no. The boat goes upside down.
She dropped a bit short with that one.
She did, and Chloe's ended up jack high. He's ended up. See now, Robbie's gone out there and he's told this Channel 7 man
He's given him 40 years start and
he's
still
got
something.
a piece of Porby too, and he's told him to hit the road. Yeah, we're not putting up with.
In the nicest possible way.
Well, these people at HSB 7 haven't got much idea about broadcasting, have they?
Stop it.
Okay, Chloe's coming down with her second bowl, and she looks to be fairly well off target with that one. But I believe she's holding one shot with Jack High bowl. Indicated to Liz, the marker, he said, you're one down, Liz. So, undeterred, she's attempting on her forehand. Christine White saying, did Sean Ingham make the final? No, he didn't, Christine. He had a fantastic game yesterday in the the qualifying or third round. Now, that could be shot there
That is shot.
from Liz. He had a fantastic match against Glenn Pitts, and he lost by one shot. It was a tremendous match to watch, 25-24. And if any of you want to watch the replay of that game, you can by Googling the Gold Coast Tweed District Bowl site. That one will be up there for everyone's enjoyment. Bowls Queensland as well.
Well, Chloe's only got one left. She's 1.5 down.
I think she's only one down, but...
this one gets here, she's 2.
Yes, indeed.
She's 3.
Oh, this is going to count.
Just about on it.
Okay, so Liz is not... She's not going away, is she, Jimmy? You wouldn't expect her to.
No reason to go away.
No. And...
that's card. You think you're playing euchre.
Call the umpire and get rid of the media pests. Well, it looks as though we're out of here, mate. L7 have taken over. They're asking for our removal.
Yeah. No one's ever called you a media pest yet.
Oh, well, it's only a matter of time. Here's
They'll
Chloe.
call you some sort of pest.
Yeah, Chloe's coming. She's skinny as a chook space here.
But she sits on that. She didn't
she's
have to
only
sit
one-
on it. She's
she's
drawn
only-
second shot.
She's only one down.
She could have been 3 down.
She's only
You
one
couldn't
down.
complain
So
about
no
that.
disaster. 16-15. And the lady's walking past here with Vicky's and cheese. I don't know where she went.
She's right up the other end behind the
is she?
camera.
Well, there's nobody up there.
Yeah, she's serving it to her scoreboard attendants.
She's
at
gone
the
up
moment.
there to eat them all herself. Oh no, she's come back with an empty plate. Well, that's the end of us.
Well, nobody ever said you weren't worth feeding.
But Robbie only, he likes his cheese. He only likes Colby, though. He likes cheddar. He likes cheddar and
What about
Colby.
Camembert?
Oh, I like it, but he doesn't. What about
when it's runny?
What about Blue Vein? He won't have any Blue Vein. Do you like Blue Vein?
Oh, I was only doing some Monty Python jokes, that's right.
Okay. Blessed be the cheesemakers.
Well, it's the cheese shop when he gets the Camembert in it.
How blessed are they?
How runny is it? The cat's just eaten it.
Oh,
How'd you
cool.
know that one?
No.
Cheese Emporium. You
How
better YouTube that tonight.
How blessed are those who hunger? Okay, now Liz has dropped a good 4 feet short here. And Chloe's got an opportunity to really sort of put an extra bit of pressure on. And she looks to be fairly handsome. Probably just cutting underneath the head a bit, and she hasn't found...
You don't call girls handsome.
Oh, I do. A woman can be handsome.
Oh, you got a different dictionary than me.
Well, I sold all my encyclopedias when I got married. I figured I won't be needing these again. The missus knows everything. Well, I've still got my dictionary though.
Stop it. Get back to the bowls.
Now Liz has gone far and wide here, trying to improve her weight.
It's not so much wide.
No, she's trying to improve her weight on the first bowl
She
naturally.
was just dirty on herself drop on the first one so short that she made sure she was up and overdid it.
So Chloe's, she looks to be pretty good here again. If she's going to make the grade, and she's not quite, and she'll be disappointed with that. She's holding 2 shots, but there's plenty of room on either hand, isn't there, Jim?
Well, there's 4 foot to that last bowl.
Now on the bronze medal shootout, it's 22, 23-14 in favour of Wendy against Trish. Now Liz has changed the hand, the backhand she's run.
She's hit the grass 3 times.
Yes, she has, and she's just failed to get the right weight. Now Chloe, if I'm any judge, Chloe's going to just about nail this.
How much are you losing at the moment?
Well, plenty.
You got winks pulled up.
She's going to nail this, mate. Yep.
She's much closer.
Well, there you go. See, do I know bowls or what?
What or what?
What? Yeah. And
Okay, you need one here. 3 down. She's just got to
Yeah, she's
arrive
3
on
down.
the draw,
And
sit
Liz-
on that bowl.
she wouldn't want to drop 3 here or... Now, Liz has got the head wobble going.
She's
And
one behind and she's done a 4.
that gives her a better idea of what's happening, and I think she might...
Draw a second shot.
She might get the second. Well, that's a wonderful bowl. Now,
Very good shot.
indeed it was.
It's also hidden.
I was going to say she had an opportunity to get underneath Chloe's bowl, but that's good enough for second shot. So she won't be terribly disappointed with that.
Second shot and hidden is about as good as you could go.
Depends what Chloe decides to do here. Is she game enough?
No, she's not running at that.
Is she game enough?
She's just trying to make...
If she gets the both of them, she ends up with 2. Is she game enough?
That'd be silly.
She's not going to be short.
You mean she's not going to be short? She's just going to draw a toucher.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. Is she game enough to
Knock that in
turn
twice.
that in, and that'll just about give her 2. If she was game enough to go for that bowl of Liz's, even if she got her own, she would have left herself holding 2. But she didn't play it. So there's 1 for sure.
That's why Bundaberg make rum, you know. We'd had to have a fair bit to run at that head.
Probably. Now the marker's got his paddles ready. We'll soon know what's happening here. It's a measure to the purple. And he's made no early...
It's fairly close.
He's made no early call on the paddle movement. And it's just the 1.
Yep, you've got
17
wing speed again.
70, I've pulled Winks up again. 17-15. 17-15.
She did lose a few races in a row early in her career. you
Yeah,
know.
well, that was before they gave her the 4th leg.
It was before the...
I don't think we'll ever see another Winks, do you?
No.
I don't think I'll live long enough. You've got to win about 28 in a row. Well, that's over a period of 5 years. I don't think I'll be kicking around for that long. Who knows? So everybody's tuned in, and the seats are all buckled because we're getting down towards the nitty-gritty now.
Paul Williams says streaming is perfect. Cop
Thank
that.
you, Paul.
Cop that, Robbie Allen.
Yeah, Robbie's already read that 9 times. You're taking a photo of that. And Cloris has come down. She's got a pretty lovely start here on a fairly full, 3/4 full length end. She's still 2 feet short though, and Liz has played very well on the longer ends. Jimmy, hasn't she?
Chloe's idea is to switch the long, short.
Yeah, she needs them shorter. Well, she's played better on here then. Okay, just what I was saying. Liz has, I haven't pulled Winks up here. Liz has played extremely well on the longer ends, and she's outplayed Chloe, generally.
Yep.
Now, on the rink next door, it looks to me as though Wendy is 24.
She's all but
out.
24-14.
But now, lovely Mrs. Spice is not going to be... She's not going to be throwing anything in here. She'll not be throwing towels. She could be throwing punches any minute. Now, that's interesting there. As Chloe's drawn just behind Jack High. So the marker's been asked the question, and he said he's measure. He's not prepared to call.
Oh, you got a singles one for that?
What do you need?
No. I was after a ladies singles sheet from yesterday.
Oh, okay. What have I got here? Well, you need the scores, did you?
I just need...
Oh, you want the final scores? 'Cause
I had a comment on one of them.
that was 25, that one there. 25-20 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah. Okay, that's when... Well, see, Wendy Jamison playing in the bronze finished a tie with Liz Parry, finishing 4 plus 12.
It came back to percentage.
Percentage was 2.21 against 2.20.
2-0.
So Wendy Jamieson actually beat Liz Parry 25-20. And Liz Parry performing like she is on this TV rink and missing that bowl. On the TV rink, you would have favoured Wendy to win this game against Trish on her form because she actually defeated Liz Parry in her section. They both finished with 2 wins plus 12. So she wasn't too far away from playing in the gold medal herself.
Okay. Paul Williams is saying, streaming is perfect. Thank you, Paul. We're always pleased to hear that because even though our director of everything here can tell himself whether things are working or not, it's always nice to know that the product is being accepted by all of you in such great condition.
I like that comment of Marco's there.
Yeah, who the hell is Cloris? Well, is she on the next rink? No, Cloris is just a crazy little nickname I invented some years ago.
I think
because
she'll belt you.
Well, no, she never ever chipped me about it, and I told her the story that, and look at this for a shot from Cloris, and she's leaned over, and look at that, she said, I'll take that.
Oh, if she touched it, she got an extra.
I knew a lady in Victoria called Chloe, and I always called her Cloris, and just me, I'm just that silly sort of.
Didn't she live upstairs at the Young and Jackson?
No, but a friend of mine have got the original front doors,
Have you?
Young and Jackson's.
Oh,
He had them advertised on eBay.
I'll be entering the front and Jackson on Saturday evening, I would imagine.
Well, the doors that you go through are the modern doors.
Yeah.
Johnny Partridge has got the original doors, front doors, in his collection.
Has he?
Yeah, when they did the remodelling, he's got the original front with the glass. You know, the glass in the middle. Young and Jackson's written across it. So you just don't know, do you? There's lots of things.
I would have thought you'd have got thrown out of the back door.
No, no, it got thrown through the glass front door, but they replaced the glass.
Righto, back to the bowls.
Yeah, okay.
We're having a bit of a good look at this. Ooh, not your own.
Ooh, and no, this could spell complete and utter catastrophe for Liz.
How do you spell complete and utter?
I think we've got to have a replay on this, folks, because unfortunately...
She did a 4 when she took a third shot out not long ago.
She did too, didn't she?
She took a third shot out to do 4
and
a
she
few
did
ends
4
ago.
when she played a backhand runner and she got to her back bowl and out it went. And she's handed the mat and she's 4 down. Well, that's just disaster for poor old Liz. And look, she's waving the flies away. Oh, you just can't. I just want to go out and hug her and say, it's all right, sweetheart.
She's got more bowls to play.
Yeah, well, she has, but the game was so close and it was so enthralling. They were going shot for shot, and all of a sudden, something like that's happened.
6 in front.
Now, Mary Spees says hello, and she's watching from Laguna Beach in California. She says, good luck, Chloe.
California.
I'll write that name down because she would appear to me that she knows Chloe.
Chloe went over there and won the US ladies singles.
Yeah,
Chloe won the US ladies singles.
Well, there you go.
She probably played her in the final.
Well, she may well have. And I'll mention what I'm doing. I'm going to write the name down because I need to just let Cloris know. Chloe know that
East Coast girls are hip.
they are. Though the West Coast Farmer's daughter's not too bad either, are they?
Back to the bowls.
East Coast girls are hip. Oh, dearie me. See, that was all done without, there was no rehearsing of that, was there?
Have a look at this.
Yeah, she's starting to get her confidence back again. Bob McCauley's watching. Alex Murtagh, good morning. Dave Baker, John Stephens, Fiona Aldi, McWinnie, Corey Woodlock. They're all there. You make a decent team out of that lot, couldn't you?
What was the score on the bronze rink?
The
Jill?
bronze was
25-5.
25-5. Sean Ingham beat Michael Kinnear.
He hit his full score in the ladies' bronze. It's 24 to Wendy, 15 to Trish.
To Trish.
And Wendy's about to draw
unless she runs through. No, she's missed it. And I think
still one down.
She is.
Trish.
Trisha's still holding one.
Here we go. This looks like a rough chance for 2 here.
Yes, indeed it does. And it's going to...
Better than a rough chance.
No, and Mary's come back and she said, no, gentlemen. Okay, we'll confirm that that's 2 shots to Chloe. No, gentlemen, I did not play against her in the final of our US Open last year. I did meet her there last year. She is a fantastic bowler and fun. And she's such a delightful lady too, Mary, and she's one of our most popular Australian lady players.
Got rid of one of them.
Can understand why. Thanks for that information. I'll pass it on to Chloe because she obviously would, I think, remember you. Alex Murdo, you just like her legs, Gary Thomas. Well, you could be right about that, but won't take that any further.
In comparison to Gary's legs?
Thanks. Well, compared to mine. She's holding the one here, Alex. I'm waiting for Alex to have a crack at me. He's left me alone here for a day or two. I'm starting to think he didn't care.
You're blessed.
I'm about the only bloke he hasn't had a crack at. So Chloe's playing. She's probably going to end up just past the jack here. She will, and that'll be interestingly not counting, I don't think. She's leading 21-15 in the home straight.
I have a question for Alex, just to interrupt things. We're going to watch this bowl down after the this end.
You fire up.
She's got to look for this. She's one down. She's close. She's turning.
She's drifting. If she gets onto this, she's going to go 2 down.
And she's
probably is.
Oh,
Now this is getting pretty scary now. Robbie's indicating he might have 3. No, I wouldn't have thought so, would you? I think she's certainly got 2. Now, what are they doing? Are they kicking bowls next door? Is the bronze match still in play? Well, it is. So clearly Trisha's held on to some shots there.
She's got
the match. She's delivering, what is it, 20?
18-24.
18-24. She's not going away. Mama Trish. Mama
Spice.
Well, it's Mama Spice. Now, there's 2 shots there to Chloe, so that takes her to 23. So she's in the home straight. And poor old Liz is under the whip and going under heavy punishment.
Alex, I was trying to remember the guy we got from Port. There's a bloke from Port here last night that played with you and I and Freddie Diamond in the Whoopie Fours, and I think we called him Monster. Can you remember his name? He just won something big down at Port. Or somebody viewing there from Port could tell me Monster's name. We're still recovering from that trip.
Yeah, he'll remember. He'll come back and tell you. Okay, so Chloe's she's starting to hone in on a possible gold medal here. Dropped about 18 inches, maybe 2 foot short.
She's on her way to winning. She's 8 in front and she's got 2 fours.
Alex Murtaugh and Peter Taylor have both come back and said the gentleman's name was Cole Baldwin.
There we go. There's a guy we were entertaining ourselves last night from Port that I was trying to remember his name, and I couldn't even remember Monster last night.
Liz has dropped short with that one, so Chloe's holding one about 1.5 foot short. She'll be looking to improve on that, and if she does, she'll be holding 2 and game as it sits. And I'm getting a bit ahead of myself here, am I? And what's she done? She looks as though she's pretty decent here. He pulls her way back to the jack and she'll sit pretty well alongside it and behind it. Well, that's a sensational shot. You can't say any more about it. And
Liz has got a bit of weight on her shoulders just at the moment.
She has indeed, and she needs to find something pretty spectacular, and she needs to find it now.
She's a bowl wide.
Okay. Well, you got 4 very well grasped bowls. It's just a matter of the weight that she able to find. So there's no need for any alteration, I wouldn't think, from Chloe. She's just returning to her forehand. And
I can't actually see that flag next to the Dave Webb one, Robbie. Is that New Zealand flag? English flag.
And
Dave
Chloe
Webb from England
flies,
says hi. So we've got some people that'll probably be cheering for him in the Rara now. They've got rid of those.
Yeah, now they got rid of the Kiwis.
Oh, I didn't want to say that in front of Robbie.
No, well, you've got to be honest. You've got to be up front. So Liz has changed her hand to the
She dropped short.
backhand. Oh, she's dropped
wobbling a bit.
She's dropped a long way short there. She wouldn't be happy with that
I'm
at all.
saying it's 2 at the moment. Chloe's having a serious look to see
Yeah,
whether
I
she's
think it's
holding.
2. I think she's holding game.
And Wendy Jamison has taken the bronze.
Wendy's got up.
25-18.
Yes, we can see the end up the other. 25-18 to Wendy Jamison.
As a sort of a consolation for not making the final.
Well,
She's
I guess it
beaten
is.
Trish. She went down by 100th on a percentage.
Yeah, she did.
That's it's about what Bauer got beat by in the Melbourne Cup, I can remember.
Okay, so
And Red Cadeau. There's 2 winners I backed that didn't win.
the last one I backed was Rain Lover.
Yeah, there was a few of us around like that would like a bit of rain.
Yeah, and Chloe's gone out
Well,
with
she's
it.
waved up. She's put her right arm out like a traffic cop.
She's gone way out in the never here. She's had fantastic weight, but look what she's finished. Okay, well, this is crunch time for Liz because we believe she's 2 down.
We're not sure, but
I think she's. Well,
she has
I
played,
think she's
she
down
has played
game.
certainly well enough to draw a second
She has,
shot here.
and no one would deny that.
Just that little bit of added pressure that puts a little bit of doubt in your mind. When you're down game.
It's a long walk back to the mat, isn't it, when you...
No, it's still about the same distance.
Well, it is. It's the same distance when you come the other way, too, isn't it?
Nearly.
But the walk of the lonely traveller. She's gone back and she's playing, we believe, a bowl to keep her hopes alive.
Jan Bowman says, well done, Trish. All proud.
Is she going to get back in time to sit that? No, she's not. And I think that could be curtains.
I think that's an indication it's only 1.
Well, the crowd haven't sort of done anything. No, the marker hasn't stepped forward.
I'll tell you soon. She
The
said
score
put 2 on the board, she said.
The score on that next rink is 0-all.
Stop it.
Oh, there's nobody playing there.
The marker's about to put 2 up because she said 2.
Is it she's conceded 2, do you reckon?
She told the scoreboard attendant to put 2 up.
No, she's going to use the finger measure, and they're shaking hands. So the brand new 2019 Champion of Champions singles player for the ladies is Chloe Stewart. And with all due respect, I don't think there were too many.
Now we've got the
people
boss
who would
out on
be
the green
shocked.
there.
Yeah, Ronnie Somerville's out there.
We need to
Okay,
close up
and
shop
Liz-
and be back soon with the men.
Right, we are. We've got a few camera angles to move, so thanks very much for joining us. But don't go away, folks, because the men's will be coming up very, very soon.
Within the next 5 minutes.
Catch you later.